What is up, my beauties? This is your girl Aminah, back with Simple Beauty, y'all, and today I want to share with you my aloe vera recipe that I use for a solution to put in my hair as a conditioner, as well as a oil that I apply to my hair when I am doing my hot oil treatments. So let's jump right into this. So if you do not know what aloe vera is, it is a very popular medicinal plant. It is used topically and also consumed if it is filtered properly, so do know that. This specific plant is thick and short stem with prickly sides. So when you are using or deciding to cut one of these plants up, make sure you are mindful of the prickly sides it has on it. It can grow up to 12 and 19 inches in length. So why do we use aloe vera juice? So the good thing about aloe vera juice is it's good for your hair and skin. It makes a good conditioning agent, and it can boost your hair growth. When applied to your scalp, it cleanses any form of buildup, and it allows nutrients to penetrate your hair follicle. So that is the biggest thing about aloe vera, y'all. This is the good stuff, okay? So what I am doing here now is taking my knife, and I want to show you how to properly cut these plants. So just go ahead and take your knife, run it on the sides. You want to get rid of those prickly sides. Like I said before, they do not feel good to the hands, okay? So make sure you remove those before going forward in this process. Also, make sure to take your time while you are doing this. You do not want to cut off more than we have to when cutting this plant down. So what I am doing now is just going ahead and chopping off the tips of my aloe vera plant, y'all. I make sure I use every bit of this plant. Nothing goes to waste. So now what I'm going to do is make sure I cut off the base of my plant. Like I said, I like to use every bit of this. So you have gel that is in there. The slime that we need is all in that. So this part of the plant I usually take and chop into pieces, and I put that off to the side, and I usually, it depends, I'll use it for my oil, or I'll freeze it and use it for my water solution, the conditioning solution that we're going to put in our hair. The slime is good for your skin, like I said before, and your hair, y'all. I've been using aloe vera on my face for years, and I'm like just now getting to the point where I'm using aloe vera in my hair. Yeah, isn't that crazy? What you want to do is chop your plant down, and what we're going to do for this first plant is we're going to store this and put this away in the freezer. So I have 3 plants in total. I like to make sure that I buy 3, y'all, because it's hard to find aloe vera plants from time to time. So when you grab an aloe vera plant, grab it, keep it, grab a couple of them because you can store them up. So the pieces I'm putting off to the side is going to be for my solution, my conditioning agent, and as well as my oil. So one of the things I wanted to cover within this video as well is that aloe vera plants can be mildly toxic to children. So when you are cutting this plant, if you have children, make sure this plant is not around them when you are cutting it. It is the sap that is within that plant itself that can be mildly toxic. It cannot kill a child, but it can make them sick. It can cause vomiting. So let's make sure that when we are using these plants, if you have children such as myself, we are cutting this plant down alone and by ourselves. So we are going to bring in the second plant, y'all, and I'm going to do the same exact steps. Cut down the prickly sides and cut it into pieces. So now this step in the process, y'all, you want to make sure you take your knife and lean it as close as possible to the skin of the aloe vera plant, because we want to get as much of that slime membrane within that plant out. so that way we can put it inside of our cup for our conditioning agent. So as you can see here, I'm just taking my time, making sure my knife is as close as possible to that skin, and running my knife along the lining of that skin and that slime membrane. This part you want to take your time and do, because you can cut a lot of the good stuff off, and we do not want to do that. I am going to continue this process until there is no more. I was about to say until I get to the end, but until we have no more, y'all. So I'm going to continue this process until we have no more left. So the good thing about aloe vera, y'all, is that I can tell you one thing: it guarantees a good, healthy environment for your scalp. And like I've said before, I like to promote a healthy scalp, because with a healthy scalp, you get hair growth. If you can focus on the environment of your head, then you are good to go. And as a benefit, your hair will grow for you. My leftovers and I placed them in my plastic bag, because I am going to freeze these as well when I need them. So I am going in with just, y'all, an ounce of water. It helps with it already has water content in it, but in my opinion, it adds to that water content, so that way I can have a nice amount of solution to spray on my hair for later. So what you want to do is go ahead and place this cup onto your blender, whatever form of blending method that you're going to use. Go ahead and place it in your cup. I am placing this in my cup and placing it on top of my blender, so that way it can blend it. I want to make sure it's more like a watery type of substance. Take your time, allow it to blend. Do not rush this, y'all. We are not in a hurry. But once I feel like it's blended enough, I go in with my strainer. I got this from the dollar store. You do not need an expensive strainer for this process. Go in with your strainer and strain that pulp away from the solution itself. And the solution is the slimy gel, y'all, that my hair loves. And if you try this out, I'm telling you, aloe vera is very good to the hair, y'all. What we want to do is make sure we get as much of that gel through the strainer as possible. So you want to make sure you are shaking it as much as possible to get as much as you can out. And whatever pieces we have left over within our strainer, I put that inside of my pot for my oil as well. So just a heads up on that. We are not letting any of this go to waste. Now, once I feel like I've drained as much as I can, I take my solution and I'm going to pour it into my spray bottle. And we are going to save that for later so we can spray that into our hair for our hot oil treatment. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to show you how I apply this aloe vera into my hot oil treatment on a weekly basis. Just know that you can apply aloe vera to your hair as many times as you want throughout the week. Some people use it as a conditioning agent, and they use it anywhere from 2 to 3 times a week, y'all. So what I am doing now is placing these pieces into my pan. Y'all, I'm placing leaves, I'm placing the skin that I used earlier, I'm placing all of that in there because it still has that gel membrane in there, and so I want to use all of that. So I am taking my avocado oil and I am taking my almond oil, just an ounce of both, and placing that into my pot so we can get that on the stove and get that simmering oil. So for almond oil, it contains vitamin E, which has a natural antioxidant in it, and for avocado oil, it is known for sealing your hair cuticles. Whenever we can seal our hair cuticles, y'all, in our strands, it prevents breakage in our hair, okay, and it prevents that frizz as well. So we are going to place this on the stove. You want to make sure it is on a low simmer. As you can see, I am allowing it to simmer. I usually let this simmer for about a good 15 to 20 minutes on low heat. You can start off with a high temperature, but make sure you keep an eye on it because you want to bring that heat low, okay, to a medium to low heat. And as you can see, y'all, the aloe vera is cooking into the oil, and it gives the oil a different color, more like an orange reddish type of color. But I try to squeeze as much juice out of these leaves as much as possible, y'all. We want to get all the good stuff into this oil so that way we can get it into our hair, so that way it can help our hair grow. But y'all, this is it here in this 1 cup. I am going to most definitely show you how I use this within my hot oil treatment. So stay tuned. If you like this video, please hit the like button and hit that subscribe button so you can get notified on my next video for the hot oil treatment as we go forward. But until next time, I hope this recipe works for you and helps you in some type of way. I will catch you all later. Bye bye.